Now, we're back in the basement here, and there's a bit of tidying up to be done here. Um, let's take a look at our columns first. Now, you can see that these are the columns that I decided to put in. They're at the corners of, when they go up through the building, corners of that kind of recessed balcony area there. All right. So rather than put a column here, which will be on the corner of that recessed balcony, which means it will block the view, and there, I came up with a strategy of putting them here. Now, it's worked out fine down here, but it just means we've got two columns sitting in parking spots down there, and that might be a trade-off. You've got to remember you've got 4 or 5 floors of a point load coming down here as well, so it probably structurally makes better sense to bring that column the whole way down. Now, it just might mean a little bit of readjustment in terms of a couple of parking spots and whatever. You have to decide that. That's up to you. These are the kind of problems that you come up against in terms of marrying the architectural with the structural, and that's going to be a consistent thing that you will do right throughout your career, and that's technical design. That's what you are being educated to do, technical design. So I'm just leaving them there for the moment. Now, I can see I've got a wall across here because this is a plant room, and that plant room needs a 1-hour fire protection. So I'm going to go create similar, and I will just take that. Actually, I should really go, I'm going to take that particular wall. And again, this is the problem with the below ground walls, if you like. So right click, create similar. Now let's check these. And again, I'm going to go from the ground down, and I think that's correct there. So I'm going to come over from this side. I'm going to go from the column, center of the column here, across into there. Okay, so that's that one done. A couple of doors to be put in here, and I'll get around to doing that. Now, any columns that are within the walls here, I'm fine with those. They're sitting down on a foundation, and that's okay. On a strengthened foundation, if you like. These ones here, right, are kind of floating. They're sitting on the slab, and they probably need a pad. All right, so I'm going to go over to my structure, and here's isolated. Yes, I'd like to load a family in here, so I'm going down to structural foundations. And now, if you remember the last time, I think it was the slab, wasn't it? I couldn't join the slab. I think I can join the concrete pad though, so there's the rectangular pad. We'll just use that one there. So 1,000 by 50. So I'm going to introduce that into the project. Okay. Now it'll be on the end of my cursor, and one of the advantages of the pads is that it finds the bottom of the column, right? Let me just find out where my sections are so I can see this. I'll do it here, right? Finds a column, and if you select a column, it'll put the pad in. Now, I need to reverse the view here because I want to go in and just see how that is looking. All right, so there it is there. Now, we probably could deepen that, and does that take the column down with it? Let's find out. So, that's my blinding, and this is my screed and my concrete slab there. So I'm going to count this one to this one, say 375. So if I put in that pad at a minus 375, it'll be something akin to that. All right. Now let's see if I can join those. Modify join. So join this to that. Okay. Now, I'd say if I put a section through there, it will have joined that, and let's just do that. Let's go back in here. Okay, and let's take this section out and bring it through there. Now, let's have a look at section 1 here. Yeah, okay, so let's join it to that. Let's go in and just check the material that's associated with that. Okay, so I need to come in here. It's concrete cast in place. Now be careful, that's not what we want. We want our OT concrete, OAT concrete, and we want our 2030. Okay, like so. I'm going to go okay. Now, so that is that's the idea there, right? So we got a pad thickener. Let's just go into a 3D and come underneath here so we can see that. All right, so that's it there. Now, so what you're going to do is you are going to place a pad under each of these concrete columns here. Any ones that are not currently sitting on the outside there, basically, that's what you need to do. Okay, so that's an exercise that can be done. Next thing I'm going to do is under the lift, I want to lift pit. Okay, so I'm going to move this section back here and come into it like so. Now, so what I'm going to do is my lift pit will be in around, say, 900 depth, something like that. So I'm going to drop this here, and you can see, let's see what we've got, an unconnected height. If I put an extra meter onto that particular wall, do I want to do that? No, I don't. Okay, let's undo that, because that wall travels the whole distance down, so I'm not going to do that then. Right, so let's get back in here. So I'm going to create a hole in the slab, right, in order to create the pit. It's got to have walls around it. So let's take that one there and go create similar. Now, what have we got here? Oh, we could actually do, I think, if we go top of found to top of found, and I say I put in a minus 1200 here, all right? Now, I'm going wall center line. It'll probably shout at me because it can't see it, but let's just see. Let's do that again. Architecture wall. Now, are we the same? Top of found, minus 1200. Okay, so I'm going from the top of found to the top of found, but putting in a minus figure. Now, let's go into our section here and just see how that worked out. There you go, that's not bad now, is it? Okay. Right, so what we want to do is select this now and go edit the boundary, and we'll go back into the basement plan here. And we are going to go from the outside to the outside here. Don't attach. Right, let's go back into our section, have a look at that. Now, so there's our pad there. So what we need to do now is just put a pad floor in underneath this one here, and we will go floors. Okay, so we used a project was this one. I think it was this one here that we used. And again, I'm going to draw this in a line, and I'm going to put an offset of 200. All right, so like so. Okay, and it'll be minus 1200, isn't it? And okay. Don't attach. Now we'll just take a look at that in section, see how that worked out for us. Perfect. All right. Now I probably changed that. I'll probably take the screed out of that, to be honest with you. So I'll do a duplicate. Let's bring that down there. And I don't need any insulation. Let's do that straight away. All right. So We will duplicate this. We'll call it project ground floor, no, lift pit. Okay, and we need to change to, I think it's a 3. All right, now let's get in here. And so I'm going to take out the screed. I don't need that, delete. You could leave the insulation in if you wanted. It will give you something to pour onto, you know what I mean? So, here, look, will I leave it in? It's in a basement, you know what I mean? Then again, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So would you do that? Probably not. All right, let's delete it and make that 300. That is fine. Now, perfect. Okay, there's our lift pit in position. Again, there's one of those columns that needs to be -375, I think it is. Apply. Okay, and I'll be finding a few more of those as well. Now, let's go back to here. So we've got the lift pit in. There's a few columns. There's a sump that needs to go in. So you saw how I created that. You'll probably need to create a sump, and probably within, close to the plant room or within the plant room. This is where all the boilers would be, and possibly water tanks as well and things like that. So I would create a sump maybe in this position here, or somewhere in there as well. And to be honest with you, that'll be to the mechanical engineer's details, but no harm to put that in there too. And so create it the same way that I created the pit there. Now, so that's more or less what we want. We want a hole in the wall here. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we can do that, and I'll just put in a section here just to start that. Okay, and go up into let's see. Let's just pick that in the section. It's there, so I think it's here, isn't it? So we can edit the profile and put in a new profile here. So it'll be roughly what it'll be. You maybe, you know, want to be reasonably high, 2.9, come across 5 meters. Okay, and down like that. Let's just split the bottom one here and do a little fillet, and then we can adjust that as we need it. So that's just one way of doing that. Okay, let's take a look at that on the top here. Of course, I put it in the wrong spot. It needs to move over here a bit. Okay. Another way to do it is, I think in your doors, if you hit the drop-down box here, we have a thing called a structural opening in the door. All right. So let's go into load family. I remember go looking for this before and not being able to find it. Structural. Let's go to doors here. Structural. See that door opening? Okay, so it's a family, and if I place it here, right, it'll open that. Now I can select it, and it should have type properties for me here. So the width will be 5 meters, and the height will be, say, 2.6. You know, if you're bringing, would you be bringing a camper van or something like that down there? Probably not. But look, let's go 2900 and go OK, and boom. All right, that's probably the simpler way to do that. You want to see it 3D. Okay, so I'll just pick that wall. I'll edit the profile. Oh, I don't even have to do that. Look, let's cancel that. Edit profile, reset profile. Boom, done. All right, now that's the start of my ramp down into that. And then you can see I've got 3 columns here. I don't know if I'd be able to. I might need to go into wireframe here. 1, 2, 3, and it is minus 375. Bring those up. As I said, I'm leaving those in there purposely because it's an indication that we might need some extra a cage reinforcement down there. So the column would be part of the wall, but it's transferring the load down, if you know what I mean. So that's why we would do that. Now that's that for this video, and I'll tidy up those kind of things, those pads and things like that in preparation for the next one. And I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at the stairs, and then we're going to take a look at the internal walls, and then we might take a look at the roof here. I'm not going to create a stairway with walls and a door onto the roof. I'm going to create a hatch, something like that. But we need to maybe, there'll be soil vent pipes and various things like that coming through here. So we have to build a little bit of a bund wall around each of those. And then if we're going to do a green roof, we'll talk about putting the green roof in at that point there. Okay.